Hey everybody, I just went to the thrift store and I got these fabric goodie bags and I am really surprised at how much fabric I got, and I want to let you know that fabric goodie bags at thrift stores are just one of the best ways in order to get a lot of fabric. Now I happened to go in when fabric was half off. It was buy one get one free. So while this is normally $3, I actually got both of these for $3. And I'm super excited by how much stuff I got. So I wanted to show you what I got, and hopefully you'll be as excited as I am. Maybe this isn't a lot of fabric for like $1.50 each bag. You tell me. But I will go ahead and do this first bag. This one is definitely smaller than this other one. I've got this ruler here in case I want to measure how much stuff I got. So I got this cute little brown and floral fabric. I think that is really sweet for like a farmhouse kind of decor. And again, I'll put some of them, just to show you. It's a decent amount of fabric. All right, then we have some standard, just dark blue, which these are always nice to have, just really simple colors. That's just a good cotton fabric. And again, that's a lot of fabric compared to what I would be buying at the fabric store and in price relation. I can see that they did this bag that was kind of like a color scheme. This is all more blues. This is another one that is a little bit of a different weight and feel and weave. But this is a longer piece that is not as wide. And that's the thing with these goodie bags. You never know the sizes. I mean, I guess if you opened it up, you would know, and folded it all back. But also, that is a decent amount of fabric that is pretty neutral. We have this floral with irises and daffodils. Looks very spring-like. And let's see, this looks like it actually, I think that's Scotch Guard. Is that what that? So I'm wondering if this is a tropical moods. I wonder if this is an outdoor, if it has Scotch Guard. Anyways, or it's just probably upholstery fabric if it has been treated with Scotch Guard. So that is a decent amount as well. Yeah, that's a pretty big piece. Then we got some of this flannel. This is soft and fuzzy. I love plaids and flannels, so I was super happy to see this because I didn't open this bag while I was there. There was all kinds of people milling about, and I just didn't want to go ahead and do that. So again, this is pretty nice. I have some ideas for that. We have some florals. So, and like you can see, obviously people have used the fabric for something and they're just donating what they are not going to be using. And so there, I love this one. I love these floral prints with the muted colors. That is super pretty. Open up that. And this one, like you can see, it's probably been in somebody's stash for a while. This might be, who knows how old. And some of this is a little bit, got some marks on it, but you can cut around those and use that for specific purposes. This, another floral, cut at weird angles, but this would be great for like appliques or just any type of scrap project. I'm really loving this one. I just think, again, those colors. I like this fabric bag because it was blues and florals, and I think they did a good job of piecing fabrics together or putting fabrics together in this bag that all made sense, because I'm pretty sure that these bags were not donated as they were. Like, probably thrift stores get fabric donations in bits and pieces, and then they put them together into something that makes sense so they can sell them. And then we have this floral as well. Looks a little bit on, it's kind of like an older print, and you can just tell by the feel of the fabric that this is definitely probably a couple decades old, just from a lot of things that I'm seeing, and obviously has been used. But I have some ideas for this. It has like a retro feel to it, and I definitely have some ideas for the retro. So all of that fabric was $1.50, and that is pretty good. And keep in mind, that's the small bag. That is a small bag. So let's get to this big bag. And I'm super excited about these. So this is more colorful fabrics. And again, we have like a retro one. I feel like the same person must have donated both of those. And this is, again, I think by the feel, it just has like a little bit of a different texture to it. I feel like this is probably a vintage fabric, and I am happy with that. So that much. And then we have another vintage floral, decent size piece. Again, I have a project idea that I'm going to do with that floral, that one, this one, and then one coming up, and I think it'll be fun. I'm loving this orange. This is definitely vintage, or at least to me, I feel like it's vintage. I don't know. This is a smaller piece. I got 2 of them, but do I got 2 or do I got 3? Maybe this is no, there's 3 of them. 3 of these pieces. So that is fun. Got some of this satin in bold, vivid colors. And kind of looking for things of what I can do with that. So if you have any ideas, let me know. Other than scarves, I'm just not really sure what to do with the satiny type of fabric, but this is beautiful. So I'd like to use that. This was actually a bag with some holiday fabric in it, so I was surprised that there was Easter fabric in there. Did not know that that was in there. It was folded up pretty good. So decent amount of that as well. Got some more kind of vintage looking florals. I'm really happy. I liked the vintage vibe of this bag. It might have been like what I saw on the outside. I was just like, for $1.50, I'll go ahead and get that. And I didn't even bother looking on what was in the bag. So then there's like some appliques. And the reason that I say that I think this is vintage is because I had gone through this before just to see what was in there. And then I got really excited and I was like, I have to do a video. So this is a tag that is still connected to the fabric from 1994. Where this half yard, just a half yard of this was $1.50. So they paid 75 cents for this. But I paid $1.50 for the whole bag. So I'm happy. So these are some cute, I guess you would do appliques with this on apparel. It says apparel on the fabric. Whatever it is, I like it. I'm keeping it. It's super cute. Where did I see apparel? Oh, yeah. So apparel art. I feel like you would be appliquing those onto clothing for kids. This is another kind of rustic, vintage vibe fabric. So this one's interesting because you can tell it's a really long piece of narrow. And you can tell that somebody cut this. Somebody sewed this. It looks like it was hand stitched with this hemming. And then they cut it roughly. So I'm wondering if somebody did that for like curtains, if it was a duvet, or not a duvet cover, but a dust ruffle, I don't know what it is, but it's just a really, really long piece of that. So that is very interesting. I like the polka dots. And then this, I mean, come on. When I checked out, the lady was like, so what are you, this was like peeking through the bag. You can see it. She's like, so what are you going to do with the fabric with flames all over it? And I said, why don't you need fabric with flames? I mean, come on. But this is a huge, huge piece of fabric. I feel like this lends itself well to something barbecue related, an apron, pot holders, like a glove, I don't know, something of a barbecue and cooking. So it'll be interesting to see, but there is a lot of it. I was gonna see, how much did I get? Because this is a relatively new fabric. You can tell just by the graphics and the look and everything. And I feel like this is probably a yard. Yeah, so I think I got a yard of this, which is pretty awesome. All right, so moving on, I got some more appliques. This is, again, a holiday-related piece, Bountiful Harvest. And so I would imagine somebody cut out what they wanted and used that as an applique. And I really love it. Again, vintage vibes. I'm loving this. So that's for Thanksgiving. And then there's like some Christmas ones in there. I'll put that to the side right there. But there is a lot of geese. And Bountiful Christmas appliques. So yeah. So those are some vintage vibes right there. And then UK, Kentucky. Actually, my brother-in-law is a huge UK, Kentucky fan. And so when I saw this bag, this was the fabric that was on the outside. I was like, gotta have it. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Obviously, somebody only used just a little bit of this. So this was a very good find. I mean, like, that was just perfect. Whole bag was perfect on so many levels. And then, speaking of perfection, look at the rainbows and clouds and pastels. This is, I thought it was a bed sheet. I honestly haven't even opened this yet. So I don't know. Maybe it's not a bed sheet. It looks finished. Maybe somebody made it into a flat bed sheet. This doesn't look like, well, yeah. No, that's a bed sheet. I don't even know what size this is. Let's see. Full. So a full sheet, flat, with these beautiful pastels and rainbows. That's a lot of fabric, y'all. That is a lot of fabric. Just on this one alone, a full bed sheet for $1.50 was in this bag. And then on top of everything else. So that is my fabric haul for $3. I'm pretty impressed. If you like watching thrift store fabric hauls, let me know. I don't know if anybody cares or if you're interested in seeing what comes out of these fabric grab bags. But if you did like it, let me know in the comments. Otherwise, I'm probably not going to do this too often. I'm just really, really thrilled with what I scored. Take care.